The Hăşmaş Mountains are situated in the central part of the Eastern Carpathians. They cover an area of nearly 500 square kilometers. The southern highest chunk of the main ridge of the Hăşmaş Mountains, which runs from north-northwest to south-southeast, looks imposing when seen from the west, a spectacular wall of white cliffs resembling the cliffs of the Piatra Craiului. This picturesque section of the Hăşmaş massif boasts the most attractive peaks located in the main ridge, including the high summit of Hăşmaşul Mare at 1,792 meters. Its twin peak top rises a few dozen meters above timberline. It has a craggy southwest face called Baranyhövös and a wooded eastern side. It sits in the central part of the south stretch of the main ridge. The most popular attraction of the Hăşmaş Mountains is Piatra Singuratică, situated about 2 kilometers southeast of the Great Hăşmaş. Although called solitary rock, in fact this picturesque cluster of limestone towers and needles jump out of the surrounding terrain quite steeply, making a very distinct block. The most outstanding rock towers such as Altar Rock, as well as a magnificent canyon known as Bicaz Gorge, considered the grandest canyon in Romania, are to be found in the northeastern part of the Hăşmaş Mountains outside the main ridge. One of the curiosities is Red Lake, which came into being in 1837 when a huge landslide dammed the stream. These landmarks of the Hăşmaş massif take adventurous mountaineers across some of the most picturesque karst scenery in the entire Eastern Carpathians, offering the highest number of the most difficult rock climbing routes in Romania. The natural frame of the Hăşmaş massif, with its varied geologic and geomorphologic elements, its microclimatic conditions determined by the exposure of slopes, provide the existence of a rich and diverse fauna species. The Shanwa was introduced in the 70s. There are almost 1,150 superior plant species, many of them of great scientific importance. Pure spruce woodland dominate the landscape of the Hăşmaş Mountains. A forested summit sporting a rocky pyramid on its southwest side is called Hăşmaşul Negru, Fekete Hăşmaş. Reaching 1,773 meters, it is the second highest peak of the Hăşmaş Mountains. It is located in the central part of the south stretch of the main ridge. Although the area of the Hăşmaş Mountains lies in the heart of today's Romania, it is inhabited, especially its western part, primarily by Hungarian-speaking people, whose ancestors settled here about 1,000 years ago. Another fascinating peak called Ecem Tete, can be found at the southernmost tip of the main ridge. Its western craggy face is adorned with huge rockslide called Devil's Mill, Moara Dracului, Erdegmalom. The foundation of the Hăşmaş Mountains is formed of metamorphic rocks from the Precambrian era, which form rounded crests elevated up to 1,500 meters. However, it is not these ancient crystalline schists, but Mesozoic limestones and dolomites covering the older rocks that make for the characteristic scenery of these mountains. In contrast, the eastern slopes of the main ridge there are rather gentle and partly look like a plateau. These areas are covered by mountain pastures, such as white glade, giving a specific note to the landform of the Hăşmaş Mountains. In some places where the main ridge has been heavily eroded, islands of the most resistant rock form fabulous towers and spires, such as Piatra Singuratică, Egeșcă. In the north, the main ridge has more symmetrical sides and transitions to a chain of hills with fairly regular silhouettes. The most magnificent solitary crag in the Bicaz Gorge, Altar Stone, towers 350 meters above the bottom of the valley. This fabulous rock is situated in the northeastern part of the Hăşmaş Mountains, outside the main ridge. Piatra Altarului, Altarcă, is extremely attractive, and its rock climbing routes called Mount Troops and the East Ridge route are among the most popular in Romania. Another dominant limestone wall, Little Suhar, towering 300 meters above the nearby Red Lake, creates fairy scenery. Suhardul Mic, Kis Suhard, is accessible via hiking trail marked with blue triangles, or a rock climbing route named Central Fissure. Its lookouts offer stunning views of both Bicaz Canyon and Red Lake, representing one of the top must-see areas in the Romanian Carpathians. Cheile Bicazului Hășmaș National Park protects the most valuable assets of the Hășmaș Mountains. This spectacular area is of great geological, geomorphological, and paleontological interest. National Park is also interesting due to its karst landscapes with caves, dolines, sinkholes, defiles, and waterfalls. Total surface area of this protected territory is about 65 square kilometers. Piatra Măriacă, located in the heart of Bicaz Gorges, is kind of table mountain with almost vertical west, northeast, and southeast walls. There is fine cliff-top hiking with awesome eagle-eye views of the twisting road. It is accessible via yellow triangle traverse plus unmarked paths ascending to the lookouts. Rock climbers are certainly familiar with its virgin route. Bardos is another well-known vertical limestone wall with a zigzagging road 300 meters below at its foot, which crosses Bicaz Gorges connecting Transylvania with Moldavia. Its top can be reached only via sentinel or sailing rock climbing routes. In 2010, a brand new wooden refuge was built at Glade. It is capable of sheltering about 8 hikers. Since 2011, newly restored Piatra Singuratică mountain hut offer comfortable accommodation just at the foot of same-name monumental rock cathedral. You can also make use of small wooden huts in the very heart of Bicaz Canyon. The Hăşmaş Mountains still hide wild sceneries behind the stone walls that wait for your discovery. Impressive Bicaz Canyon, formed on Jurassic and Triassic limestone deposits, is 5 kilometers long. Due to its towering walls, it is a perfect climber's paradise full of challenging mountaineering routes. The largest naturally damped reservoir in Romania, Red Lake, is unique due to its origin, and many legends are told about its creation. The tips of spruce trees can still be seen protruding through its waters. White Glade, the most romantic plateau, and sculpture-like limestone towers of solitary rock, as well as great Hăşmaş massif bursting abruptly from the valley of Olt River, dominate the picturesque landscape of the Hăşmaş Mountains. All these hallmarks transform this unique area into a real paradise for passionate adventurers.